Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky lawmakers pass a couple of bills focusing on child welfare. And a free health clinic prepares to make a stop in our area, giving people who need it access to quality health care.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
I'm Keaton Hall. It's just after 6 o'clock, so let's throw it over to Brandon for our first look in the 6 o'clock hour.
Well, the forecast this morning starting to clear out even faster than we expected, Keaton, so that's some good news today, which means the temperatures will probably get into those upper 70s, unlike what we're seeing in the future view model in the mid 70s for most folks. Let's take a look at Mountain Parkway near the Wolf-Powell County line there, close to Slade, and you see some sunshine on the horizon this morning. The clouds have cleared out much faster than I expected in a lot of areas to the north, still around some counties in the south where the cold front has not gone through just yet. So again, we're keeping an eye on those. 69 now, Middlesboro, that's dropped another degree in the last few minutes. That cold front must be closing in on them. 70 in Jacksboro, 68 Jonesville, 61 Wise, Clintwood, Jackson, Prestonsburg, and Hazard, along with Ashland. The coolest spots in the region, Irvin at 58 and Moorhead at 59. Wind coming in from the northwest, so that's going to push that front through here, push the cooler air in. Dew points will start to go down. Temperatures will start to go down. So we're back into like a springtime preview, 77, which is below the average high for this time of the year of 81. Nowhere close to that record of 90 set back on this day in 1999. Keaton, almost called you Dakota.
That's okay. Kentucky State Police are investigating a deadly car crash in Knox County. The crash yesterday involved 3 cars on KY11 north of just outside of Barberville. Officials say 1 person was killed and 2 people were injured. No other details at this time have been released. Kentucky State Police are also investigating a deadly crash in Clay County. It happened around 5 Tuesday evening on Kentucky 11 in Oneida. Troopers say 80-year-old Frank Hudson lost control of his truck, crossed the center line, and went down an embankment and hit a tree. He died at the scene. Psychologists are warning about a troubling trend, not just nationwide, but right here in the Commonwealth, the climbing suicide rate among children. The National Center for Health says suicide is the second leading cause of death among children in this age group. Here in Kentucky, the CDC found that 1 in 7 high school students and nearly 1 in 5 middle school students seriously considered suicide. But what should a parent do if their child comes to them struggling? Pediatric psychologist Megan Marsack had this to say.
Anytime that you are afraid that you cannot keep your child safe, our recommendation is to take them to the emergency room or a crisis intervention center to have them assessed.
However, children may not always ask for help. Isolation, loss of interest in things they used to find enjoyable, increased sadness, and a change in sleep patterns are among red flags parents should watch out for. Experts say if you see these signs, ask your child if they're okay. 2 bills focusing on child welfare are now laws. Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear signed Senate Bill 8 and House Bill 263. Senate Bill 8 provides support, protection, and services for children who are abused. House Bill 263 makes criminal abuse of a victim under 12 a Class B felony. The governor says we should all agree to help our youth.
No one should ever have to go through what they went through. The struggle continues to be my guiding light to help create change. Camisole is only the beginning to help raise the standards for the well-being of Kentucky's children.
A federal group's rankings show Kentucky is one of the worst states in the country when it comes to child abuse and neglect. A bill passed in Kentucky would require a school resource officer at every school, but does not fund them. Grayson Passmore breaks down the barriers to school safety and shares some alternatives different groups suggest.
But having that first line of defense versus no defense in some situations where an SR may not be present is just, like I said earlier, paramount.
With the Stanton Police Department, Sergeant Ian Morton also works as a school resource officer in Powell County. Morton says right now the district can afford 1 full-time and 1 part-time SRO to cover the 4 campuses they're assigned to. But a new bill will require an SRO at every campus, whether or not the district can afford that.
You've already got somebody on the ground. Not only are you going to potentially able to eliminate that threat immediately, but you're also going to convey information to a dispatch center or to other law enforcement in the area and get help a lot more rapidly.
House Bill 63 won't fund the new staffing requirements. Sergeant Morton says they can work with the school security marshal to hire officers, but even then they'll have to apply for grants to meet funding requirements. Now some are suggesting their own solutions.
We take an oath to defend our Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic. And even though we may not be in uniform anymore, that doesn't expire.
Veterans Club Inc. founder Jeremy Harrell spoke to a sister station, saying he suggests veterans be allowed to become SROs, dress in plain clothes, and possibly carry their guns concealed.
We talk all the time about veterans who struggle and law enforcement retirees who struggle when they get done, doing such an honorable profession. They feel like, what do I do now? Well, this would be a great opportunity to get them back in the field that they're specialized in.
That was Grayson Passmore reporting. House Bill 63 requires school districts assign student resource officers to each school by August 1st. The commission overseeing Kentucky's $483 million settlement with opioid companies will meet soon. The panel includes people of multiple backgrounds that will decide where to allocate the money. The Kentucky State Treasurer says the funding will give organizations a chance to make an even bigger difference.
And sometimes, they've got people who have great ideas, they have things that work, they just don't have the funding to be able to make it effective. And this is going to be a tremendous opportunity to be like, you are doing good work, we can help you make a difference in this.
While a timeline has not been set up, the commission and organizations throughout the state are hoping the money will get more people the help they need. A special event was held yesterday in Madison County to mark the destruction of dangerous nerve agents at the Bluegrass Army Depot. The last of the VX nerve agent on the base was destroyed in April, and yesterday officials marked being one step closer to getting rid of all of the gas agents in the area. Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe says the entire chemical stockpile is almost destroyed. He also says the Army will still own the land, and before the land can be repurposed, it must be evaluated by the EPA. No Barrier Healthcare is coming to Hazard June 11th and 12th, and it's all free. Remote Area Medical is a nonprofit delivering free dental, vision, and some medical services across the country in pop-up clinics. On Friday, just before midnight, the parking lot at East Perry Elementary School will convert to a health clinic thanks to more than 250 volunteers and doctors. RAM organizers tell us they rely on local partners, in this case the UK Center for Excellence in Rural Health, to target the right areas.
We try to offer extractions, fillings, and cleanings in the dental area. We offer full eye exams, including dilation if that is decided to be necessary, and we offer free glasses.
The clinic doors open at 6 a.m. on Saturday, and services are offered in a first-come, first-served basis. It's free, open to anyone, and no ID is required. Organizers do recommend bringing food and drinks and to expect a bit of a wait.
6:08 here on this Thursday morning, Friday Eve. We're tracking some cooler temperatures on one side of the front, some warmer temperatures on the other side. Let's take a look at that on the map there. 70 in Jacksboro, 69 in Middlesboro this morning, 68 Jonesville, but 58 up toward Irvin, 59 in Moorhead. Temperatures already starting to rebound just a little bit thanks to the sun already on the way up there across parts of the region. Looking at dew points, still pretty high there in the southern counties there above that 60-degree threshold for uncomfortable to getting sticky, but some areas already down close to the comfortable category, especially into Moorhead, Somerset, and down into a little bit toward Jackson as well. So they get more comfortable as the day goes on. 77 this afternoon. You can't rule out a stray chance for a passing shower. I think most of us stay dry. Those clouds already moving out in some areas. Sunshine across the board later today. It's going to be a cooler day overall across the board, like a return to spring almost. Rain chances return tomorrow night. Heat returns next week. Keaton?
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up next, the committee investigating the January 6th breach at the U.S. Capitol prepares to hold a handful of hearings. That's just ahead this morning.